were indisputable. If you don't believe me, let's run through a few of the examples. Joe mentioned a couple. Just last night, Biden confused the president of Mexico and the president of Egypt. Take a look.
The conduct of the response in Gaza, in the Gaza Strip, has been over the top. I think that, as you know, initially the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in. I talked to him. I convinced him to open the gate.
He also made this comment while speaking in Virginia yesterday. We didn't have time to play it with all the breaking news. Look.
Pride's returning. When I said, we pushed all these programs, I said I'm going to be a president for everybody, whether you live in a red state or a green state. I know it drives some of you crazy that a lot of these things are happening in red states, but the Americans need help.
How many of you watching tonight live in a green state? Earlier in the week, speaking at a campaign event in Vegas, Joe recalled having that conversation with former French President Mitterrand in 2021. Only problem is he died in 1996. Take a look.
Right after I was elected, I went to what they call a G7 meeting, all the NATO leaders. And it was in the south of England. And I sat down and I said, America's back. And Mitterrand from France looked at me and said, you know, how long are you back for?
Now, this was not the only time Joe remembered having a conversation with a dead person this week alone. During a fundraiser in New York on Wednesday, Biden reportedly claimed to have spoken to the former German Chancellor, Helmut Kohl. Well, he died in 2017, and at that 2021 G7 summit, it was actually Angela Merkel who was there. You know, look, on a serious note in all of this, this is getting scary. Democrats are at the point where they can't deny what the world is clearly seeing. Remember, President Xi's watching, Putin is watching, Kim Jong-un is watching, and the mullahs in Iran are watching. But it seems Democrats don't have the courage to do what is right. And here's how Axios put it, quote, a former Biden aide described Democrats' dilemma. Taking the nomination away from Biden is like taking the car keys away from your parents. I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous. This is not about Biden's feelings. It is about being the leader of the free world. This is about his ability to be the president. Let me put it to you this way, and I'm being serious. This is not a joke, to quote Joe. Would you hire Joe Biden to manage your finances? Would you hire him, as I was asking Joe Concha, to drive your kids to school? Or what about making life-altering decisions for you? Do you think he's even capable of directing traffic at this point? What about those nice people that you meet at the door when you enter a Walmart or a Target that tell you where you can find the department that you're looking for? I don't think he'd be up to the job because I doubt he could remember where all the departments are. And by the way, this is not the Joe Biden of 2008, let alone 2019. Just imagine, what is he going to be like in 4 years from now? What is he going to be like? Here was a reaction. Fox News medical contributor Dr. Mark Siegel. To know back in 2020, and you were on this program talking about it, that he clearly was showing signs of cognitive struggles and decline, and then look at him and fast forward, 4 years later, not only were we right, but now, like any cognitive issue, it is degenerative. You would know more about this than me, being the doctor that you are, and that means it's never going to get better, and it's only going to get worse, and it looks like we're seeing the worst part now, and that was described in this HER report.
I have a lot of ways to talk about this, and I tell you, I feel compassionate for all of this slippage if it weren't for the fact that, as you said, he has his hands on the nuclear football. And in terms of fitness is concerned, I compared him to my 100-year-old father, who, by the way, is totally with it, and knew when Mitterrand died in 1996, and knew when Biden was vice president, and knew when his son died. So it's not about age here. It's about mental acuity and fitness, as you say. And let me tell you what worries me the most, Sean. It's It's that as you lose your memory, you lose short-term memory first, as we saw in 2019-20, and I was concerned then. Now we're talking about long-term memory. That goes next, and that's more sinister, where he knows he wants to talk about